Most annoying celebrity.
Northwest.
Northwest?
Yeah, she irritates the life out of me.
No way!
You asked, here are some pictures of North celebrating her birthday on a yacht with her mum, Kim.
Listen, North, I see you dripped out. Touch your mind. How much the pick cost? Talk the shades. How much the shades?
I don't know.
You don't know for the shades? Okay, I see the chain. How much for the chain?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I see the shirt. How much for the shirt?
I don't.
Hey, everybody. I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father.
My mental health starts to get affected, and then I can't parent the way that I need to, and I can't be present and focused, then like there's got to be one of us that can.
Northwest recently turned 12, and Kim Kardashian had her dressed in a corset, heels, full beat, and posing like she was at Paris Fashion Week. And people are finally waking up because this ain't a phase, y'all. This is a rollout. The way Kim groomed her own kid for the cameras, the way North is showing up in these adult-coated suits, full glam, orchestrated photo sessions, TikToks at night, interacting with influencers twice her age, that ain't natural. I don't care what anybody says. And you don't have to be a Kardashian fan to feel that something is odd. People are looking at these birthday images, the press-ready moments, and questioning the one thing Kim plainly doesn't want to hear. Is North even allowed to have a childhood, or is she merely the latest product in the Kardashian PR machine? Because when you actually look at the pattern, the style, the way Kim has full control of North's image while Kanye is entirely shut out, it's becoming pretty hard to pretend this is normal.
Kanye West was right about everything. He knows the freakos that are watching her now are gonna love it when she's 18.
Some critics argued that North's bustier was inappropriate for her age, saying kids should be allowed to enjoy their childhood without adult fashion pressures.
You either have to have a mom that wants to sell you for money or a dad that's gonna sell you.
Let's quit believing Kim Kardashian is doing this merely because North enjoys fashion. Because if you pay attention to what's been going on behind the scenes, the timing of this new North launch is just too opportune. Skims may still be earning money, but the cultural grasp that Kim used to have, it's gone, and Kim knows it. So instead of seeking clout the way she used to, she's now filtering it via her kid. That's why North is being dressed, positioned, and rolled out like a public person. It's not simply branding, it's a backup plan. And the fans are beginning to notice it since this doesn't seem like a happy parent showing off her baby. It feels like a narcissist lifting a mirror. Over the last year, Kim hasn't simply made North visible, she's made her contentious. Think about it. She's continually sharing TikToks of North acting off, interrupting, being boisterous, mouthy, too adult, and generally letting the internet roast her. It's like she's overexposing North on purpose, just enough to make folks upset. So when North eventually does rebel, mess up, or say something dangerous, the public already has a dossier waiting on her. And what's even worse? Some admirers claim that it is the actual purpose. One reader stated it best. It's probably a means for her to dominate North by already influencing how the public views her. And that's not simply a hypothesis. The pattern is there. She's letting North take on this nasty, bratty main character role online, while her younger siblings remain polished, quiet, and charming. And if Kim's as clever when it comes to public opinion, you already know she's not going to pump the brakes when North crosses the line into anything unacceptable.
Look at my daughter, full makeup, singing She's in Love with an emo girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool.
Once you truly look at the manner North is being pushed into the forefront, the receipts speak for themselves. It's not just the clothing, it's the attitude and the way she's being pushed to behave aggressive, loud, and confrontational, like a brand with a built-in personality. And the clips? They're everywhere. First, the Instagram live moment that went viral in seconds. Kim was live streaming, hoping to show off a lovely mother-daughter moment. And North? She slammed her with a reality check straight on camera, asking why she spoke differently. And Kim was paralyzed. You could see it in her face. She wasn't ready for North to clock her influencer tone in front of 40,000 people. In case you missed it, here's the clip.
I just love seeing what's in them. There's so many different fun cuteness. Okay, I'm gonna open it and show you guys.
Why do you talk different?
Why do I talk different for what?
For your videos.
For my videos, I'm the same human being. I don't talk different.
That clip got me dead. Not because it's hilarious, but because it highlighted something deeper. North is clever enough to realize when the camera version of her mom doesn't match the actual one. Then there's the Met Gala incident that still has folks gagging. Kim strolled in serving pearls, newly dressed from head to toe, and North slapped her with, "It looks like it came from the dollar store." On national TV, North dragged the whole design like it was a Pinterest flop. And sure, it was humorous.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
And if that wasn't enough, North kept going. When Kim questioned her opinions on the overall appearance, North shrugged and termed it the B word.
We're going for like vintage, authentic, pearly girly.
It's looking like beachy.
Okay, so that's why we covered the stomach so it doesn't look beachy.
So not only is North being reared in a culture preoccupied with glitz and acceptance, she's also being coached to drag it out loud on camera like it's a sport. And it doesn't end with Kim. North came for Jared Leto and Pete Davidson, too. She glanced at their Met Gala attire and exclaimed, and I quote, "Cringe." He seems like he's headed to the gas station.
Pete Davidson. Hate it. Hate it. You're going to the Met Gala, Pete, not the gas station.
Again, this isn't simply a youngster being snarky. It's a pattern of uncensored public criticism that's being filmed, uploaded, and pushed. And who is behind the camera every time? Kim. So when people say, "Oh, she's just expressing herself," no, this is conduct being selected, publicized, and repeated. But there is nothing adorable about a tiny one being branded this young.
There's a way to be honest and not hurt people's feelings. So I want you to learn that because there's a way to say, you know, I might not love that.
You know, I might not love your necklace or your outfit, but I'm just trying to support you because, you know, whatever you like, you know. Is that good?
Yeah, that was a good start.
And again, this is only the top of the iceberg, because the deeper you go, the more you understand this isn't simply someone with a large personality. This is a youngster being supported, praised, and given authority in ways that would never fly in a regular family. Let's start with the Kendall dilemma. At one of their family parties, Kendall Jenner showed up in an outfit that Kim supposedly didn't like, but never said a thing about. Who exposed that? North, in front of Kendall, on camera. "My mom said she hated your dress," and Kim simply sat there. All she provided was an uncomfortable giggle and a weak side eye, like she didn't know what to say. It wasn't just sneaky. It demonstrated how comfortable North is putting her own family under the bus. Kim genuinely reported that North came up to Kendall and told her straight out she didn't like her clothing.
What happened was Kendall sent us two options, saying which one should I wear, this black and white one or this all white one. So I said, wow, I liked the white one better. And shady little North tells her that.
But it gets worse. There is a resurrected tale where North apparently dismissed her caregiver. Not only that, she apparently attempted to bite her. It's not just bratty, it's conduct that would drive any other parent into full repercussions mode. But Kim, nothing occurred. We're all meant to pretend like that's normal for a youngster. And if you think that's dramatic, wait for this. North allegedly refused to travel with her brothers to school. And instead of instructing her to cope with it like every other student, Kim had her ride in a different vehicle, like she's the CEO of Calabasas Elementary. This is next-level partiality. And it is amazing that nobody in the family thinks twice about it. And there's one more item that indicates how long this conduct has been going on. Kim recently confessed that when Saint was a newborn, she had to nurse him while hiding in a closet because North would grow envious.
Hiding in the guest room, you guys. I'm hiding in the guest room because my kids will not leave me alone.
Hey, that's me.
Like, let's stop for a minute and let that sink in. An adult lady hunched in a closet because her kid can't tolerate not being the focus of attention. And instead of it being a red sign, it simply became another amusing mom tale to tell on TV. But folks watching aren't laughing. And the worst part? North doesn't even aware it's occurring. And if all of that wasn't enough, the manner Kim has been letting North dress recently has folks very worried. Because it's not just about a few wardrobe choices, it's the reality that North is beginning to appear more like an influencer than a youngster.
12 years old. She's 12. Walking around with a corset, the shortest mini skirt that you could have, and bright blue hair.
One of the first instances that caused people speak out was the Christmas TikTok that Kim shared. North put on this tight-fitted dress, full makeup, and the mood didn't suggest winter break fun. It said mature. And this clip right here pretty much cemented it.
So this is love. So this is love.
The internet was not having it. People were asking, why is she letting her daughter to dress like this? She is still a child and she's 12, yet she looks 22. And Kim, of course, didn't say a thing. Instead, she simply let the video go up like it was lovely. Then came the cosmetics instructions. And we're not talking about ordinary makeup or lip gloss. We're talking contour, lashes, foundation, blended highlight, the type of beauty most mature women fail to pull off. And the truth is, she's not just wearing her makeup for fun. She's filming it, editing it, and publishing it. And that's what really made parents start to worry. Since it doesn't seem like something North selected simply for herself, it seems like she's being taught how to sell a look before she really knows what it means. But let's speak about the outfits. Over and over, Kim has been placing North in ensembles that mirror her own. Similar colors, same shapes, same attitudes. And these aren't nice mommy and me costumes. These are smaller replicas of Kim's adult looks, and they're generally the ones that get her the most pushed. When you truly look at the photographs side by side, it stops seeming charming. It begins to seem like a plan, like Kim is selecting out precisely how she wants North to appear, the same way her mom, Kris, used to do with her. She's not simply dressing her up for fun, she's turning her into a small replica of herself. And in this footage, you can see Kim and North wearing similar clothing, posturing like they're a brand deal. And if that wasn't enough, North has been coming out in expensive clothing that cost more than most people's rent, gothic styles, edgy fits, full-on Balenciaga. Not something you expect on a 12-year-old. Now, this next paragraph has parents and fans speaking out all over again. Because in one of the most popular video from her TikTok account, North burst out in a bright red curly wig with her tummy showing, dancing to a rap tune that was plainly intended for mature people. And it went down late at night.
He say that I'm good enough, but I'm not good enough. Think about shit that I shouldn't have. So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, but he blowing her back. Think about me cause he know that it's fat.
That clip was everywhere. It got millions of views in only days. And the reaction? People were not simply surprised, they were disturbed. And when Kim eventually answered, she stated she wasn't even home when it occurred, saying that North was with the nanny and that she sought for permission before filming the TikToks.
The Ice Spice videos, she said, "Mommy, can I post this?" I was out of town, so I had my nanny was there and allowed it. And then as soon as I saw the words and everything, I was like, oh, no, we're taking this down. She was totally understood. So I think that's the trial and error sometimes. And, and then I saw on the internet, it's like, Kanye was right, and maybe he was.
So we're expected to assume that Kim had no idea, no clue. Her teenage daughter was dressed in a full Ice Spice costume, full beat, dancing to adult lyrics, and sharing it for millions of people to see, share, and repost. This ain't rocket science. She either knew or she didn't want to know.
I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said, I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so.
And the point is, this didn't simply start with TikToks and glam looks. North has always acted considerably older than her age, like she understands precisely how the media works. Even as a toddler, she wasn't having it. Remember when she used to yell, "No pictures" at the paparazzi?
She says no pictures.
No paparazzi, please.
In this footage, she's still little, hardly talking, but already shouting out the cameras like she understood what was happening. At first, people brushed it off like, oh, she's so sassy. But she never stopped.
Just turned 12 years old. Does that look 12 to you? Like, it's actually mind-baffling how fast these Kardashian kids be growing. Like, look at this. If I didn't know anything about Northwest, I would have swore up and down that she was at least 16 to 17 years old. And I'm not saying it's her fault. But Kim, baby, Kim, your daughter just turned 12. Like, what are you doing?
So, supposedly, Kanye is wilding again. But low-key, I sort of know where he's coming from. Like, is it just me? Or every time this guy attempts to parent publicly, people quickly label him as crazy. This time, you guys, it's about Northwest, and the internet is split all over again. If you've been on TikTok recently, you've definitely seen viral footage of North with facial tattoos, false piercings, and a complete glam rocker appearance. Honestly, you couldn't tell me that didn't have everyone taking a double take. Here's where things gets nasty. Apparently, Kanye was enraged when he saw it, like texting Kim pages kinds of mad. He reportedly texted her, calling North's appearance too mature, and even accused her of pressuring their daughter to seem grown for the cameras. To be fair, this wouldn't even be the first time Ye called her out. You guys remember when he freaked over North being on TikTok in that Ice Spice outfit. Now, fans are divided. Some say Kanye is doing the most again, while others are thinking, you know you messed up when Kanye is proven right. Because when a 12-year-old begins turning up online looking like she's 21 and her parents can't even agree on what's too much, things start to seem a bit weird. To make things even better, or worse, depending on how you view it, Kim is not backing down. She's defending North's creativity like it's her full-time job, which, let's be honest, sort of sets us up for another classic Kim against Kanye clash. When spotty, even be half as dramatic if Kim didn't double down the way she did. Instead of simply letting it dissipate, Kim practically declared, "This is such a non-issue." Like, people are asking whether your 12-year-old is being overexposed, and that is your response. To be fair, Kim constantly supports North's innovation. She has mentioned 1,000,000 times that she wants her daughter to be confident and outspoken, and that she's simply a child having fun. But you couldn't tell me that declaring it a non-issue didn't make folks side-eye her a bit. For a lot of admirers, it appears less like I support my daughter, and more like I'm ignoring her dad completely.
Sorry, I'm gonna say no 12-year-old should be dressed like that. You shouldn't have to see a 12-year-old's cleavage. I mean, that's beyond me. To see this little girl grow up and now to see how she is, and like I said, I am not coming for Northwest. She is gorgeous, she is adorable to me, but her mother is allowing her to grow up way too fast. If that's not fast, be for real. Like, be for real. What 12-year-old really wants to spend their birthday on a boat? I get it. Y'all are rich. We get that. We understand that. But as a child, like, I remember at that age, I was interested in going to the arcade. I was interested in, like, going somewhere with my friends to a dinner or something. It's just worrisome, you know, because they're in the industry. Kim knows there's eyes on Northwest. All of her kids, matter of fact. And I just feel like, you know, I understand where Kanye was coming from. She does not look 12 years old. That is not what a 12-year-old looks like. She is gorgeous. Like I said, North is gorgeous, adorable, and everything and beyond. But sorry that that's just a little too grown for me. A little too grown.
I will fight for her to be creative in those ways. So it's always a compromise. No one's always going to agree. And you just have to do the best that you can as a parent to try to protect your kids, but also let them be creative.
And that's where it gets fascinating. While Kim has been online attempting damage management, Kanye is nowhere to be seen. He is apparently outraged in private, but publicly, nothing. Kim herself has claimed that Ye hasn't seen their kids in months. She's supposedly handling everything, school runs, soccer practice, filmmaking, brand deals, while he's off in another country with Bianca, going on one of his artistic hiatuses.
Whenever he'll call for them and ask, it's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him.
At this point, it seems like Kim is parenting alone while yet being harassed for every mistake she makes. I'm not saying Kanye doesn't care, but when you leave for months, you sort of lose the right to pretend astonished about what your kids are doing online. This following bit, I'm not going to lie, made me stop scrolling. Once people finished fighting over the tattoos and piercings, they began paying attention to who North had been spending time with recently. And sure, that's when things began to seem odd. Apparently, during her Rome trip and a couple events back in LA, North was observed socializing among musicians associated to Playboy Cardi's Opium crew. What makes this extra bizarre is that Kanye had said no to the entire issue months ago. Back in March 2025, Cardi wrote on Instagram requesting Kim to have North send me a song, which sounds harmless at first, until you recall that he didn't even include Kanye on his previous album. You got online and shut it off immediately. He stated North wouldn't be singing any songs with Cardi, and that the entire thing simply didn't seem right. And to be honest, I understand it. Why are you attempting to work with a 12-year-old when her dad is still bitter about your album? That's simply uncomfortable all around.
It's your boy Chris Spoon, who am I here with today? Listen, North, I see you dripped out. Talk to me, how much the pick off? Talk the shades, how much the shades?
I don't know.
You don't know for the shades? Okay, I see the chains, how much for the chains?
I don't know.
I don't know, okay, I see the shirt, how much for the shirt? I don't know, okay, I see the bag, how much?
My daughter ripped up the motherfucking couches in the house to be able to be with me right now. Y'all don't know what's going on, for real. Where y'all TikToking and all that y'all put up with all that
So now seeing North suddenly hanging around the same bunch, yes, that's the part that made folks raise an eyebrow. Look, I know that the Kardashian circle is full with huge people, but this group comes with a lot of baggage. Starting with Playboy Cardi himself, back in 2022, he was jailed after reportedly choking his then-pregnant girlfriend after an altercation. His lawyer eventually declared it was fraudulent and that the matter will be withdrawn, but the tale nonetheless made headlines worldwide. And that's not even the only item on his record. There were gun charges, drug charges, even an old assault fine from 2019. It's simply a lot to unpack. Then there's Destroy Lonely, who was accused last year by an ex of hitting her on a trip to Germany. He denied everything, and again, no conviction, but the specifics she recounted left many startled. That narrative lived rent-free on social media for weeks. Ken Carson, too, had his own big moment back in 2021 when he was arrested for suspected domestic abuse. The case ended up being dismissed, but at this point, it's like, why does everyone in this camp have a record or rumors surrounding them? And don't even get me started about Hawkside Gang. Those are the ones fans constantly bringing up in forums for supposedly inviting underage ladies backstage. Nothing definite, but the buzz alone is crazy. Now image being Kim Kardashian, observing your 12-year-old daughter among that bunch and yet calling this entire thing a non-issue. Be real right now. Even if it's all innocent fun, it doesn't exactly seem right. That's definitely the part getting under Kanye's skin the most. He's been ranting about safeguarding North for years, and now everyone's understanding this could be what he meant. Here's when things become a bit awkward. This entire Northwest discussion isn't new, not even close. Every few months, Kim winds herself right back in the same spot, people doubting her parenting, asking whether she's letting North grow up too soon. Somehow, she always appears astonished. Remember that corset-style clothing in Europe? North wasn't even a teenager yet, and the internet lost it. Kim eventually realized it was a mistake, but the harm was already done. That's the type of pattern here. She lets it slip, receives blowback, and then urges everyone to calm. We've been here before, but it's not just about what North wears. It's the attitude that comes with it.
I'm hiding in the guest room, you guys. I'm hiding in the guest room because my kids will not leave me alone.
Hey, that's me.
You have no idea what's going on. It's like, I always have to do one of my daughter's hair and it has to be perfect and it has to be a certain way. And then this one needs me to put his shoes on, and that they all need you. And it's like full crazy madness, cooking, running around, like it's wild. Sometimes they're fighting and there's no one there. Like it's me to play good cop and bad cop. So like that is definitely a challenge.
There have been so many posts flying around with people stating North is disrespectful or doesn't respect Kim at all. I'm not claiming that's true, but when your own tapes show your child mocking you on TV, it doesn't stop for that vid. Like, did she really just say that? It's humorous for a second, but it also speaks a lot about how casual things has gone in that home. Kim keeps repeating she wants to raise a confident girl, and that's great, but confidence without boundaries? That's when things become tough. Of course, I'm going to show you what some of the fans are truly saying about North's attire and Kim's influence. And you guys, the comments are harsh. Some individuals are protecting her. Others are dragging Kim like there's no tomorrow. One individual remarked, Kourtney's daughter Penelope looks her age. North looks like she controls Kim. Kanye is attempting to rescue her soul. Ouch. People genuinely perceive North as the one leading the show, and Kim merely trying to stay up. But then you scroll down, and there's a whole new narrative. Another user remarked, what is she doing wrong? She and her buddies went to a concert, and they're playing with cosmetics. Y'all are doing too much. Let her live. And honestly, I sort of understand that side too, because at the end of the day, she's 12. She is essentially a youngster growing up in the public glare. Maybe we all need to remember that before turning every outfit into a full-blown discussion. Then there's this remark that probably sums up what most people are thinking right now. I agree with him, but damn, he doesn't even see his kids. He really doesn't have a right to say anything. So even the folks that favor Kanye are still calling him up for being missing. It's like everyone is making solid arguments, but no one is fully correct. That's what makes this entire scenario so complex, you guys. Yes, Kim could be letting North experiment, but she's also dealing with the whole internet following her every move. And certainly Kanye is scared, but he's also been absent in action. Either way, North is still a youngster. She's finding herself out, pushing limits, trying new things like any other 12-year-old would. The only difference is she's doing it with millions of eyes on her. So maybe, before everyone jumps on, we take a moment and realize this is still a kid we're talking about. And let's not forget, Kanye may clap back, maybe release a video or start posting again. You already know I'll be right here to keep you all informed if he does. So remain tuned in, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.